This is Louise for MMA Crazy, and we're here with Josh Koscheck here in London. Just had a really heated press conference and a really heated stare-off as well. Can you just talk to us about the animosity between you two?
Well, I'm not going to be intimidated by no man. I don't roll like that. Somebody's going to get my face. I'm gonna stand up for myself. Paul Daley, he's a punk, and I'm going to prove again that I'm going to whip his ass. It's real simple. He knows the fact that he knows my game plan. I'm going to come in there, I'm going to take his ass down, I'm going to freaking punish him on the ground. That's just the nature of it. He has like third grade level wrestling, and I'm gonna put it on him. Yeah, just like the last fight, I'm gonna take him down. I'm gonna talk shit to him the whole fight, just like I did in the last fight. He came out the first round in our last fight. He throws a jab, and I was like, "Oh, you slow bitch! That you ain't gonna knock anybody out like that with that slow of punches." So. Paul's just trying to intimidate me, and shit. I've been there before. I've had almost like 30 fights, so that ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna be intimidated by no man, and I'm looking forward to this. This is gonna be a fun fight.
I mean, how hard is it not to get so emotionally involved? I mean, he obviously mentioned your girlfriend in the press conference.
Yeah, my girlfriend is hot. She's freaking gorgeous. She's beautiful. So that's I got one up on him. Because I'm sure his girlfriend looks like a frog.
How hard is it, though, to not take that personally? Because obviously you don't want to fight off of emotion, right?
This is my first rodeo. I've had heated arguments with guys before. I have a ton of experience. He's got a ton of experience, and I'm sure he'll be professional about it when we get, up there and we do it. So it's simple. Scott Coker's the man. Bellator is the promotion, and they're bringing big things to MMA. The fans been wanting to see this for years. Even the UFC wanted this fight, but they couldn't get the deal done. Yeah, so I had to leave the UFC to come here to get the deal dine.
Talk about that, because you did say in the press conference that Dana did try to re-sign him to the UFC to make that fight happen. Can you just talk a little bit about how that happened?
Yeah, I think the UFC and Dana White were a little bit scared that because Scott Coker's a genius when it comes to mixed martial arts. He's a great promoter, a great person. The fighters love him, and the biggest thing is I think they were a little scared, so they were trying to sign everybody at that time. When Scott announced that, hey, he's new taking over Bellator, the UFC, if you look at the history, UFC was trying to sign a lot of fighters, and they tried to get Daley. Dana called me personally. I was like, hey, what do you think about that? And I was like, yeah, absolutely, bring him back. So not only did I got his ass fired, but I tried to get him a job too. So, but he got signed with Bellator, and I knew that, hey, I'm going to get through my contract, and because that's one fight that I wanted. I wanted for a long time because he's a little bitch. It throws cheap shots after the fight, and if you're going to cheap shot somebody, you better hit him hard, not like some fucking candy baby, He hit me with this cheap shot, and it was pathetic, So I'm excited about this. Not so excited about being in the UK, but hey, you know what? I'm here. I'm going to take it what it is, and I'm going to have some fun with this fight. And I think me and Paul are going to, do some big numbers, and we're going to make a big check together. And at the end of the night, I'm going to get my hand raised.
So how would you say, obviously it's been 6 years since the incident, and then obviously since the fight, so how would you say you have evolved, and how do you think Daley has evolved as a fighter since that time?
Well, I definitely think he's gotten better. I've been watching some of his fights, he's definitely getting better, but I don't think he's good enough to beat me yet. So my thing is, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to teach him, I'm going to rough him up, I'm going to talk some shit. Let's just hope he doesn't cheat, because our last fight he was a little greased up. So let's just hope he doesn't come out all greased up this time and cheat like he did last time,
And how important, obviously making your Bellator debut in July, but also coming off of losses like you have, how important is this win for you? And you did mention something about maybe being your last fight. Yeah,
there's a good chance of that, I live my life one day at a time. I work my ass off, every day. To get better, to improve. I got a lot of work to do, obviously, by the time July comes, but, it's nothing I haven't done before. Coming off an injury, 5 months laying on the couch, not to be able to do much with a neck injury. I got some work to do, but I've been there before. I've been in this position before, and you know what? I'm gonna find a way to make it happen. I'm gonna show up July 16th, and I'm gonna whip Paul Daley's ass.
So obviously win, will you continue to fight if you get this win, and if you lose, well, then what?
Nah, maybe you never know what's going to happen after the fight. We'll just leave it at that. I'm just focused on training, business, and just getting healthy and staying healthy. I think that's the biggest thing. Is at my age, it's 38. It's getting up there. I got to train smart. I have to go in there and train hard, but train smart, and just get to the fight.
In terms of obviously your preparation for this fight, then, with this being an important win for you to have, what kind of, how are you approaching this differently, if you are going to be approaching this differently in terms of your preparation?
Yeah, I'm going to train smart. I think I have a habit of sometimes pushing it way too hard, but I'm going to train smart, and we're gonna make this thing happen. So July 16th, people are not going to want to miss it. Live on Spike TV, Josh Koscheck versus Paul Daley 2.
Thank you for taking the time out to talk to us. Thank you.
Thank you.